everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm so grateful. In today's video, I wanted to share some fun analogies that you can apply in your manifestation process. These could kind of help you in dissolving away resistance and also make the manifestation process really fun for you. So all these analogies have been taken from my favorite list, which I have made over the years from my favorite YouTube channels, my favorite YouTube coaches. These were a few examples that kind of stuck with me and helped my logical brain in understanding how I'm actually supposed to deal with my negative thoughts or any kind of negative circumstances I have during my manifestation process. So the first analogy is around negative thoughts. Treat your negative thoughts as though they are the garbage bags in your trash can in your house. So what happens with a trash can? It never really becomes empty, right? You have garbage every day. You just keep collecting it for a day or 2 or 3 days and then kind of discarding it weekly once, weekly twice, or weekly thrice. So the garbage gathers up, it becomes more and more in quantity, and then you discard. And then it becomes more again in quantity, then you discard it. It's such a natural part of your day, such a normal part of your routine that you keep doing because you know that the garbage will pile up. You know, it will pile up on a daily basis, and as and when it's getting full, I need to go and discard it. So it's a really fun way to understand how you can deal with your negative thoughts. The goal is never to completely wash off all the negative thoughts from your mind because, as I've said before, we are humans. Doubts, fear, thoughts is something that will keep coming up in our mind. Our memory brings up experiences that we have had in the past, and it kind of reminds you of those experiences when you're having a kind of similar environment or similar conversations, right? You can't wipe off your memory completely. And if you have had negative experiences around any area in your life, definitely you will have some time to time doubts and fears if you're working on some big manifestations. So it's all normal. The goal is never to completely eliminate your negative thoughts or get rid of doubts, fear, and resistance 100%. It's a part of you, it's a part of your mind, it's something that your brain does to protect you, to remind you, to kind of help you in sensing when you are in a safe versus when you are in not so safe environment. The goal is always to ensure that the doubts and fears are not becoming dominant in you so as to make your reality really unpleasant, undesirable, or make you feel negative emotions throughout the day. So see your negative thoughts as those garbage bags, as the trash can in your house. You see the garbage bags for what it is, right? You don't overthink about it. You don't get into spiraling thoughts of why it's being collected, why it's coming, why can't I just have a house free of garbage? You're not doing any of that. You're just doing a very normal routine where you are discarding the garbage as and when the trash can gets full. So there's nothing wrong with negative thoughts popping up. They will pop up every now and then, and it's completely fine. Just ensure you don't let them stay and become dominant, same as you will never let garbage stay in your house. You will not pile up the garbage and never throw it off. Okay, your house will start stinking for sure, right? So it's the same thing. Don't let your brain start stinking by letting the negative thoughts become dominant. See it for what it is. Yes, that was a negative thought, and it's okay. I will not be identifying with it, I will not be spiraling into it, and I am going to let it go. It's going to be one of my fleeting thoughts, just like the clouds that are in the air. It will come, I will see it for what it is, and it will go, and that's about it. The second analogy or example is around putting in efforts in your manifestation process. So, the areas of your life that have a lot of resistance, for example, money or specific person, okay, you have to put in a little more effort over there in terms of your discipline, which includes your repetition, your persistence in the process, in comparison with those areas that you really have a strong belief system around. It could be your health, your career, your family relationships. Why is that? Because you already have preconceived notions and ideas, history, memories in those areas. That's the reason you have a lot of resistance around it. You have had maybe unpleasant or negative experiences. So now when you're trying to come into that knowing, coming into that end state, or practicing techniques where you are affirming the opposite of what your mind knows, the opposite of what your body knows for so many years, the resistance will come up. And you need to ensure your will to manifest is always, always bigger than your resistance. Your decision to manifest, your decision to choose the reality that you're seeking is always, always bigger than your doubts, fears, and resistance. You don't really have to put in a lot of effort when your belief system is really strong in some area of your life. You can just create a inner dialogue. You can just maybe do a technique once a day, or be in that knowing that you have your desire throughout the day, whatever feels comfortable to you, and it will manifest. So that's how people end up tagging things as small and big. It's not actually small or big, it's actually the areas around which you have a good belief system and the areas around which your belief system is not really in alignment with the kind of experiences you're seeking. So for this, I had given the example of a wound in one of my previous videos. Depending on how deep the wound is, you have to put in that much effort. If it's just a cut, you don't really maybe have to put in any effort. It will heal itself by the next day. You'll see a new part of your skin coming up the next day. If it's a little bit of a deeper cut, you have to put in a little more effort, where you're putting on medicine and then putting on a band-aid and then changing it after a few hours. And if it's really a deep wound, you might have to put in a little more effort. You might have to go to the hospital, you might have to get an injection, it depends. So depending on the type of manifestation you're doing, depending on the type of past experiences, history you have, depending on the kind of resistance you have around that area, you need to ensure you're putting in the right kind of discipline and efforts. When I say efforts, it means discipline, repetition, and persistence. When you put repetition and persistence, your negative beliefs will start getting replaced with the positive beliefs. This will start coming up and this will start going down. It will pop up in between, but gradually it will dissolve away, it will fade away. The third analogy is around wanting to know where your manifestation is. Where is it? When is it going to come? So this is in relation to an Amazon package, okay? When you place an order on Amazon, and you take a back seat, right? You have placed an order, you take a back seat, you check the tentative delivery date on the website, whether it's 3 days, 5 days, or more than that, and you leave it over there, right? Whenever the package comes, you will get a call, or you'll get an update or an SMS or an email that it's out for delivery. You are not going and tracking your package every day. You are not doing that. You're not going on the Amazon website every morning and seeing exactly which city your package is in. Has it been shipped from the original city? Has it reached the new state? Has it reached the new city? What is the tentative delivery date now? Has it changed? Will it take more days? Will it take less days? You're not calling the customer care every day and inquiring about where your package is because you don't care. Why do you not care about it? Because you know it will come. Okay? You know your package will come. You know, you have that belief that I have placed an order, I have paid for it, and it will come. You will not have any doubtful thoughts about it. You are not going to have any fearful thoughts around it. You are not scared that your package will not come. You are not doubting that your package will not come. Your Amazon package is not giving you anxiety. And I always find this example really fun, and my logical brain understands it really well. There's another similar example of planting a seed, right? When you plant a seed, whether it's somewhere outside in a garden or in your house, any kind of seed, you have to let it be. You know, all you have to do is ensure it's getting sunlight, ensure it's getting right kind of soil, and ensure that it's getting the hydration, water. But you are not digging into it and trying to see if it's growing. You cannot dig into a seed every day, dig up the soil and see if it's growing, because you want to know if it's growing or not. You want to know exactly when it will start coming out of the pot. You just leave it, right? Because you know, you believe that it is going to grow and come outside the pot. You don't have to really keep an eye on it. So that's where the misconception around belief also comes around a lot. People think when we say belief, it's something so big, you know, you need to have beliefs around these big areas of your life or these very visible areas of your life. but you have belief systems about everything that exists on this earth. Everything, right? I'll give the same example of the Amazon package. If you have had bad experiences with Amazon where your package is getting delivered to wrong locations or nearby wrong doors, or you're having bad experiences with the Amazon delivery executives where they don't pick the calls or they don't reschedule your delivery well, if these experiences repeat a lot, you'll actually start having a different belief system around your online orders in general, your online orders specifically related to Amazon. And you will attract more of it. You will have this belief that I never get my order on time, I never get my order delivered to my door. The Amazon agents that are assigned to my location are always unprofessional. Okay, so your belief comes into the picture for every small thing in your life. It's not something big and complex that you need to get scared of understanding or get scared to work on. You have an assumption about every small thing, you have a perception about every small thing. Even with the plants, if you have had experiences where whenever you try to put in seeds in pots in your house, they never really grow up, they never really come out of the pot. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, maybe the soil I use is not good, or maybe they're not getting enough sunlight or water. So those kind of experiences will make you start believing that any kind of seeds, if I plant in my house, they don't really work out, and then eventually you'll stop trying. So belief is present everywhere. Every small thing to every big thing, it's your beliefs that will make that thing either a success or a failure. So treat your manifestation process like an Amazon package. You just have to put in the discipline, the persistence, the repetition, and be in that knowing that yes, you create your reality, and if I want it, I'm going to get it. And then just sit back and relax and know that your manifestation will come, your desire will come to you. In this process, you have to have faith in the unseen. So keep that, and whenever you get the urge to check the 3D, just remember that you are not stalking your Amazon package. Now, the fourth analogy is around reacting to your 3D. When you are manifesting any kind of desire that is related to the areas of your life where you have a lot of resistance and past negative experiences, during that time you need to be in control of your reactions. You should not be giving out an emotional reaction to the 3D. That's a really important part of it, because the more you engage in the unpleasant 3D circumstances, you are putting your attention and focus over there, and that should not be dominant. Your attention and focus dominantly should be on the new reality you're creating. So treat your 3D as a toddler. What do I mean by that? When toddlers are being fussy, they get frustrated really easily. Obviously, they are small children and they do not know how to emotionally regulate themselves or express what they're feeling. They are not really that good at communication by then. But yes, they get really fussy, they start crying, they have tantrums, right? And that's how generally toddlers are, right? Toddlers are like that. That stage of their life is going to be a little fussy, where there are going to be a lot of tantrums. And parents know this. So parents have their own ways to deal with it, but they never take it seriously. If a toddler is throwing tantrum, if the toddler is saying no to eating food, if a toddler is saying no to sleeping, the parents don't care because they know what they need to get done. They do not take the toddler seriously because they know that the tantrums are normal at this age and it's fine and we know how to deal with it. They do not take the no from the toddler seriously and get into spiraling thoughts that my toddler is saying no to food or napping. Now, what do I do? They don't care if the toddler is saying no. They know that they'll be able to get them to nap. They know they'll be able to feed them. So treat your 3D like a toddler. If you are seeing unpleasant circumstances, especially during the transformation process, till your desired reality shows up, just ensure you are putting in the discipline, in the repetition and persistence of that desirable inner dialogue, of your techniques, of that knowing, of being in that end state of being where you have your desire. If you perceive that the 3D is throwing tantrums, it's saying no, it's acting up, it does not matter. Leave it alone, because you know what you need to get done. You know that your desired reality will come up, you know you will get it done. It does not matter what the 3D is doing, same as it does not really matter when the toddler is saying no. Parents don't care about it. They don't take it seriously. They don't spiral into negative thoughts that what will I do now? A toddler's no is not taken seriously because it's normal at that age to be fussy, to not really have clear communication, and to throw tantrums. Same applies for people. If you're manifesting people in your life, especially a specific person, and you have been doing your work, you have been doing a lot of persistence and repetition in it, and then your specific person comes up and does not behave in a way that you're expecting them to behave, or you want something from them and they are saying no to it, or maybe you're manifesting a commitment and they're saying no to it, treat them like a toddler. Don't be affected by their no, because you should have that kind of confidence within you that you can say no all you want. I know what I'm manifesting. I know that version of me that has my desire. I know that end state of mind that has the desire, that has the commitment. So you can say no all you want. I'm not going to react to you. You are a part of my 3D. Till my desired 3D reality does not show up, I'm not going to react to you because your no does not matter. And I'm doing this internally. Nothing is happening here externally. Manifestation is all within you. You're changing your beliefs, thought patterns, and emotions to align with the version who has the reality he or she is seeking. Now, the fifth analogy is around your thoughts. People really have a hard time trying to understand what they are exactly supposed to do with their negative thoughts. And the answer to that is actually you are not supposed to do anything. You're supposed to just be an observer of your thoughts. And I do suggest meditation in a lot of my videos, but I know everyone does not resonate with meditation. I did not resonate with it for a long time, long time. I tried to do it for 2, 3 years, but I just could not sit still, and I didn't understand actually what to do. I didn't get the essence of it. So you don't really have to do anything with your negative thoughts, okay? You are a human. Negative thoughts will come up once in a while. Sometimes we don't even have an explanation to it. There are times where we do not know where the negative thought is actually coming from because we do not have any kind of negative beliefs around those specific areas, but sometimes you just have these kind of intrusive thoughts in your mind which are really random. So just observe your thoughts for what they are. Thoughts are just like waves. Use this analogy whenever next time you realize and recognize that a negative thought is coming up in your mind and you're spiraling into it. Thoughts are just like waves. Maybe you will never be able to eliminate it 100%. I'm talking about the negative thoughts. They will come up once in a while, just like your fears and doubts. Let them come, observe them for what they are. Don't entertain them, don't give in to them, and let them go back, just like the waves at the beach, the ocean waves. Let them come, see them, let them go back. They'll keep coming once in a while, okay? It's completely fine. Don't let them stay. See, thoughts coming up or not coming up is something that you might not be able to control 100%, but what you can control is whether you are letting them stay or not, whether you're spiraling into it or not. That is 100% in your control. If you do not feed into that thought, if you do not let it stay for a longer time, if you do not spiral into it, if you do not give it the permission to become dominant within you, that thought is just irrelevant. It will not do anything. One negative thought coming up, one doubt or fear coming up when you're manifesting something, it does not matter. What matters is what is dominant. If you have favorable thoughts and beliefs dominant within you, a few fears, doubts, and negative thoughts once in a while will not hamper your manifestation. So let the thoughts come and let them go. Don't let them stay. Treat them like uninvited guests. They will come, they will sit, they will go back. That's all. So coming to the uninvited guests analogy, this is also around doubts and fears. Once in a while, uninvited guests might come. You did not expect them, you did not want them, and you're not happy about them. It's fine. They're not going to do anything to you unless you let them stay. Then they're going to annoy you, then they're going to make you fearful, then they're going to frustrate you, you name it. So treat your doubts and fears just like uninvited guests. It's completely fine. Let them come. They'll stay for a while. Let them go back. In case you have any questions around manifestation, you can leave them in the comment section below. I also have my Instagram linked below in the description box. In case you're looking for regular dose of motivation to keep you on track, you can follow it. Whatever I discuss in this videos is uploaded there in a written format. And if you're looking for more content around mindset and self-development, not really from a manifestation perspective, but in general, I have my second channel on YouTube also linked below. You can check out the videos there. If it interests you, you can subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a great week.